Hey everybody, I am Jared Clark with Airguns of Arizona. Today we're going to be taking a look at an exciting new offer from Daystate in front of us. It's not just a new rifle, but it's a new caliber and power. We're just going to open up the box and see what we have here. This is the Daystate Wolverine R, which denounces that it is a regulated rifle. It has the HUMA regulator in it. And today we're going to be taking a look at the 177 HP. That means high power. So in 177 caliber, we're going to be doing 30 foot-pounds out of this rifle. I've had a lot of fun preparing for this video just because I've never really shot a 30 foot-pound 177. So it shoots very hard. We'll touch on that back at the 20-yard range. But for now, let's take a look at what comes in the box right up front with it. Obviously, you get the Daystate owner's manual. All the Daystate literature regarding the gun is right here. It's a great reference for you. Go to the accessories next. You get a 10-shot magazine. They now include a single shot tray. It's printed the caliber and which direction it goes in the rifle. Very simple piece. You also now have a threaded end cap for your 1/2-inch shroud, as well as this neat Foster fitting that is unique to Daystate. It has the nice knurled knob where you can pinch it down low. It's the small things that really make this gun elegant. Another accessory that comes with the rifle is 2 Allen keys. These will just be used if you want to make any adjustments to your trigger. And then of course the rifle itself, the HP, the high power version, does have the 24-inch barrel on it. So you have a longer barrel on this model to help you get that extra power. And then you have the shroud that just goes on, secures on the end of the barrel right there. All right, so here it is all set up. We have mounted an MTC Cobra F1, new offering from MTC, but this is what it looks like all set up. Like I was talking about, this is a high power 177, so that does equate to a 30 foot-pound rifle. So any kind of small to medium pest elimination, long range target shooting, this guy right here brings the 177 back into the picture when it comes to competition and very repeatable accuracy. We'll see what we're talking about more at 20 and 50, but I'll just leave it right there for now. Very, very accurate, very hard hitting, very flat trajectory, great shooting platform here. So what makes the Wolverine R different than any of the Daystates that we've taken a look at in the past? First and foremost, Daystate has teamed up with HUMA regulators. If any of you have used a HUMA reg, you know why Daystate has teamed up with them. They do a great job of keeping things tight, getting you as many shots per fill as you can, and they're actually adjustable as well. We would recommend sending it to us because we have a couple tools that make adjusting it a lot easier, but it is adjustable if you want to get in there, make some small changes, trial and error it a little bit. That is fully within your capabilities on this rifle. But they are set from the factory to maximize shot count, consistency. We put a little faith in the factory that they know what they're doing. The Wolverine R is available in 4 calibers, 177, 22, 25, and 30 caliber. The 177, 22, and 25 all have a standard power and then an HP power if you need more power. The 30 caliber comes always in a HP because there really is no low version of a 30 caliber air rifle. And then respectively in each caliber you have a 10-shot magazine in 177, 22, and 25. In 30 caliber it is a 5-shot rotary style magazine. Each caliber does come with a single shot tray if you want to be a little bit more precise and single load your pellets. The side lever cocking arm right there. It's very easy to set. It doesn't give you a lot of resistance. It can be done with one finger. It just makes loading the rifle, pulling the magazine in and out, everything when it comes to shooting the rifle is very simple with that. On the very back right behind your cocking arm, you have the manual safety. When you can see the red, that means you're fire. And when it's covered up, that means that it is in safe mode. On the back of the stock, Daystate has a very adjustable butt pad. It can come up, down, it can cant a little bit left and right. It is made so you can get it just where you like it. The Daystate 2-stage match grade triggers come on all the Wolverine Rs. It allows for all kinds of customization, weight, travel, angle, everything you could want out of a high quality match grade trigger. We're gonna flip it over now as we move up the rifle. You'll notice that the R now has 2 gauges. One is going to be internal pressure of the gun. That's the one with the Daystate logo on it. And then this one right next to it, it says HUMA. That is your regulator pressure. So you have a constant quick reference for knowing what your regulator is operating at, as well as comparing the two will tell you, kind of give you a rough idea of how many shots you have left. Once they're about the same, that's when you need to refill. Right underneath those 2 gauges, you have a magnetic dust cap here. This is the quick fill. The bottle never needs to come off the gun. It can quick fill from the bottom. It'll refill the reg, and you can watch right here as you refill, your pressures will increase. And the nice little magnetic dust cap keeps it nice and secure, no dust will get in. These rifles do utilize the 480cc carbon fiber bottle. It gives you a very large shot count. We'll talk about that at 20 yards, but this with the system gives you a lot of power and a very good shot count as well when they work with the regulator as well as the internals of the gun. Each shroud at the very end here does have a 1/2 inch thread. This would allow for any kind of mod, if you need it to be backyard friendly. Being a 177 caliber, this one can be absolutely silent. It's very mild right out of the box, but you can get it absolutely silent if you needed it to be quiet, and any standard 1/2 inch accessory could be added on there with no problem. The Wolverine R is also available in a standard configuration, so very similar looking. You'll just notice that it is about 3 inches shorter, and that's just due to the 24-inch barrel versus the standard 18.5-inch barrel. The stock that the Wolverine R uses here is a fully ambidextrous. It will work just the same for left hand and right hand. It's a thumb hole walnut, beautiful stocks. Daystates have always had the edge when it comes to the different looks on wood, and this one is no exception. This is a great looking rifle, and it can be accommodating to both right and left-handed shooters. Along with that, your side lever cocking arm here can be switched to the left-hand side as well. So it's not just the stock that accommodates. You can flip the cocking arm as well, making it truly a left-handed or a right-handed gun. On the thumb hole cutout here, you have 2 options for your thumb. You can either go straight through and kind of hug it, or you have a thumb up option that accommodates your thumb shooting in this position. So both sides, right-handed, you'd have 2 options. And then left-handed as well, you'd have the 2 options for shooting. You have a dovetail rail machined right into the top of the breech block here. Very standard for Daystate rifles, 9.5 to 11 millimeter. With the full 24-inch barrel on this rifle, it comes in at overall length of 44 inches, and the weight without a scope is 8.5 pounds. Unique to Daystate, these rifles do come with a 5-year transferable warranty. There's a little bit more information about the transfer. It needs to come to us for a lookup real quick. We just have to inspect it and sign off on that before it transfers, but 5-year manufacturer warranty. I think that speaks very highly to the quality and the confidence when the manufacturer is willing to give you 5 years after the original date that they're willing to service it for you. So we're gonna go ahead and top off the system here to a full 250 bar. We're gonna take it to the 20-yard indoor range, show you a full shot string, do a quick accuracy check, and then go out to 50, really put it to the test at 50, shoot a 5-shot group out there, see how the performance is, and meet you back here to finish it all up. The Daystate Wolverine R HP utilizes the same 10-shot magazine as all the other Daystate rifles, so it is a very simple magazine to load and use. The pellets go in nose first, right into the cut right here. So you use your finger to seat it, and it rotates counterclockwise, and that is all there is to it. The spring tension in the magazine is set as we load it, so by the time we hit number 10, it'll be fully wound, and then as the bolt probe comes in and out through the magazine, that's what will cause it to actuate and fall to the next pellet slot. So there's 10. So loading the pellets is as simple as putting it in the gun. It'll utilize a magnet and a stop pin to kind of pull it where it needs to be, but once you get it on the rails there, you'll feel it line up, and then it'll just basically take it from you. Very easy to use. Once again, it's the small things that make the Daystate guns elegant. So we talked about the probe coming in and out of the magazine to actuate it, but with Daystates, that's actually only half the process. It actually utilizes a pin that comes up from underneath and only actuates when you fire it. So because of that, this system doesn't allow you to double load it. You physically cannot put 2 pellets into the system. So I'm gonna close it. Say I start talking to the camera or I get distracted, now I go, oh, did I load it or not? You pull it back, and as you can see, that internal drum doesn't move. You can sit here and do this all day, you'll never get 2 pellets in the barrel. It is basically impossible to double load this gun. So we're gonna dump this one and show you once it's fired. And now as I pull the bolt back, you just heard it click, that's when it actuates to the next one. So close, open, close, open, close, open, close, doesn't matter. Fire one, and then it jumps to the next one. A very cool feature, and like we said, it's the small, elegant things that really separate Daystate. So we have 20 yards inside here that we do a lot of our reviews at. I have loaded 10 of the JSB Beast 16 grains in the rotary magazine. We're gonna shoot at 20 yards and just kind of get a rough idea of what accuracy we can expect out of this rifle. So I'm just wearing out the middle of that target. Kind of gets hard to see actually as it all turns black and your crosshair just disappears, but that's magazine fed pretty quick here on the bench, and that is just, like I said, wearing out the center of that target. So now we're gonna fire up the chronographs. I'm gonna do an entire shot string from 250 bar to when I'm off the regulator. We're gonna see how many shots this gun gets per fill. We're gonna then crunch those numbers, figure out what the foot-pounds is versus the weight and the speed we're getting, and we're gonna crunch some numbers for you, so let's get to it. Okay, so off of a 250 bar fill, we got a total of 100 shots on this rifle with an extreme spread of 17 feet per second. So the fastest shot and the slowest shot had a 17 foot per second difference over the course of 100 shots. It's really tight grouping. That's where we see the Huma Reg coming into play. The consistency is very tight and it's really performing well. On average, the 16.2 grain Beast shot at 909 feet per second. If you average that out, that is literally right on the nose of 30 foot-pounds. So for a 177 caliber at 30 foot-pounds, this thing is very hard hitting. Couple that with the high shot count of 100 per fill, it really gives you the ability to do anything you want with this gun. Pest elimination, target shooting. The accuracy is backing that up. It's 20 yards, one magazine and one hole. So expectations are high, but let's take this guy out to 50. We're gonna see what kind of group we can hold together out there. And then we'll meet you back in the showroom and wrap this video up. So we have the Wolverine R HP 177 outside at 50 yards. We saw what it was capable of at 20 yards out of the magazine. We're gonna be single loading these, utilizing the single shot tray for accuracy. We have our standard target set up at 50 yards, so let's put 5 shots downrange and see how it does. All right, that's 5. They look like they're in one tight hole. Let's go take a look. So here's an up close of the 5 shots we just took at 50 yards. It shot really well. The 177 pellet, as soon as you pull the trigger, appears on the paper, nice flat trajectory, but as you can see there, that's 5 shots. We'll give you our standard dime for reference size here. Not to show that it can cover it up, just to reference how small that group is. 5 shots, tiny, tiny hole there. The accuracy you can kind of expect out of the Wolverine R. Let's go back into the showroom, wrap it all up, summarize what we've seen today. Okay folks, there it is, the 177 Wolverine R HP. At 20 yards, we found out that it would give us 100 shots per fill and average just over 30 foot-pounds with that 16 grain pellet. We saw great accuracy at 20, and then to no surprise, we saw very, very tight accuracy at 50, talking one little tiny hole down range. If you're wanting something for backyard use, hunting, long-range target shooting, this rifle will cover all those bases for you and do it very, very well. It'll meet all your expectations, and I can say that with confidence. That's gonna do it for this video. If you liked this video, please subscribe on our YouTube channel to see more just like it. Follow us on Facebook and join our email promotion list to stay up to date with all things Airguns of Arizona. That is gonna do it for this video. Hope to see you next time.